This is this is Damon Stevens, Wealth Builders. Today is Tuesday, February 15th, 2022, and this is stock market update for trades of the day. Hopefully, you guys had a good day today. Just about all the things, all the stocks on our watch list all came in really well. So let's get through them and take a look at them. And we also left them the same, looking for some continuation on these. So if you don't see them changing day to day, just know it's usually because we are trading more than one day, possibly swing trading some of these with the market doing so well. So let's get into it, take a look at it. The day, well, you can see overall, I mean, it looks like it pretty much closed, almost straight across, although you can see Dow Jones, closed up 1.22%, NASDAQ up 2.53%, and S&P 500 up 1.58%. A lot of that was because we had a nice little gap up. So, those who were trading before the hours, if you care or you carried over from yesterday, you definitely woke up to a great morning. So if you're trading during the day, a little choppy here, unless you're going off of some of our individual stocks. So let's look at some charts and see what we can learn from it and see what's coming up next. As far as this is our earnings calendar. So, overall, I told you I wasn't like really focused on anything particular unless it hit my scanner, except for Thursday and Friday. But to Upstart hit my scanner after hours. And so did grab a little of this one. We'll look at the chart and take a look at it. And also Zillow continues to climb. So this one we had on our video yesterday. Zillow, we continue to track here and trade. You can see here we have a nice long candle day. Boy, we had a good run today. So if you caught this from last night's video, boy, congratulations on that. So Zillow did great. NVDA, big run. There's earnings coming out tomorrow after hours. So just something to be aware of. So there might be this might be a pre-runner. Well, we had a resistance line up here. It almost hit it today. This is where that big old breakup candle happened here in the past. We also have a breakdown candle here. So, we're just watching this area to see, if there's good earnings. I mean, do we run clear up here to this section here, or do we drop down to close this gap out? So I don't know where NVIDIA is going to run tomorrow. I think this is a pre-runner for earnings. A lot of expectations there. We do have this big breakdown candle that we have that we already climbed and we passed it. So I don't know if they're building that all in there, but just be careful in this one if you're trying to trade this one on earnings, because it's already elevated and you have big swings. I mean, this could swing, pretty far either direction. I mean, your support's clear down here, this around 208. So you could expect, a $50 move on NVIDIA easily. So just be careful if you're trading that one. Definitely make sure you know which direction it's headed. Upstart, they had their earnings come out today. That's why I kind of changed it to an 8 hour so you could actually see the run today. So the low here, it hit our trend line. It's been running up, but it was kind of slow. But you see this, upside down AM here, basically a double bottom. And so we expected, that you were going to have a run up if we broke out over this line here. But it actually earnings kind of helped do that. So we've run all the way up there, past the 50, past the 100. So we're pretty extended up here, back to where you can see here where we broke down. So you can see we came down a channel here and then looped down, and here was the the double top and then a loop down. So now we've got a double top bottom and we're looping up right here at this level. So we'll see. Next goal would be the 200 if we can hold this and close above this. But we need a couple of days, of action and forward momentum, and also we need the stock market in general to continue to be positive. So it's Chipotle. We talked about this one. This came out their needs, and we're just sitting here right on the 100. And I told you, I think this could be retracement because this is a nice big candle here. We had a really nice run on earnings. So, still waiting to see if this is going to break through. As I'm seeing these red candles form and hitting the bottom, and we're actually closed on the bottom, that shows, it is trying to get through. So looking for a breakthrough. We could possibly gap down tomorrow, but seeing a breakthrough, we could get support off the 20, which would be only like a 25% retracement. Or if we come down further, looking, possibly get a 50% retracement on this. So CMG, I think, is going to come down here a little bit. So just waiting, just kind of waiting for this one. Got some alerts on it, and just watching for an opportunity. Square, so we had a lot of these stocks that got beat up, starting to curl up here now. So Square is another one. So it found a bottom here. and it's trading up, and it got, just trying to get to the 200. It was above VWAP, the virtual. So you see here, it's been below VWAP, and so now we finally broke through. We closed above it. So looking for square, for a continuation here, get over the 20, go close this gap that's above it, and then head up towards the 50. Moderna. So Moderna was interesting. I heard some news about, that, the pandemic, we're over the big hurdle of it, and things are getting better. And there's concerns, Moderna, all they have is one product really, which is the vaccines. And so what happens, if everything's good? So I thought Moderna might come down today. I was actually watching it. It was on my watch list to watch, see if it was going to come down and break out. And actually, with this double bottom that it put in right here, it did find support and it rallied up today. I was so surprised. It didn't go all the way up to the top of the candle, but it retraced this candle. Watching this one carefully, if it can break up above these moving averages, Moderna might, go back on my list. You remember there's 3 of them that were, well, if you've been involved in this, you've been watching my videos, there's 3 that I called my new Teslas, basically, when the pandemic was in its peak. These were it because they'd swing at least $10 a day, $10, $20 a day. So I loved it. A huge opportunity. So it looks like Moderna, if it's going to pop up here with the rest of them, these are back. These might come back on my list here because they're pushed down pretty far right now from their highs. So looking at Moderna here is possible move. Here's Invax. Here's the second one. So it ran positive today. Didn't break above the moving averages, but it ran today. And also BNTX is my third biotech. So this one ran up as well. So watching these 3 to see, they kind of run together. So kind of watching them, and if they all run together, I'll be looking to trade those. Tesla, nice run up here today. So we gapped up here, gave a nice run, hopefully getting up here to the 1,000 mark and find support here. Just sitting under the 20 right now. Amazon running up here as well. So starting to see some positivity out of these again. This one almost ran to the top of the candle, then back down. So looking for this continuation to get above the candle, above the 50, and start some momentum going on the north side here. EOG's pulling back here. So, a lot of profit taking. You see here, we pulled back to the 20 back here in January, ran up to a new high, pulled back here, and now we're on the 20 again. And we bounced off the 20. We're underneath this gap though. So we got to go fill this gap. So we typically, you're going to fill a gap within a few days. So we'll see if we fill that tomorrow. If we fall below the 20, I'll be looking to short this rather than carrying it long. So just be aware of that. 108 is our line in the sand for a drop down to our trend line. Sava. So I was looking for Sava for a move. It tried to move up here. It hit the 100 and bounced back down. So it's not quite ready. We're looking for a breakout here. We talked about this last night too. If it doesn't, get momentum here, it could fall back here and kind of bounce in this triangle. You can see that's kind of what it's doing here. So this was his first attempt to break out. Now it might come down here, bounce off the bottom, and then try to break out again. So we'll just watch Sava. AMC, nice run, a little bull flag here. So we got this bull flag. We talked about this in our video last night as well. That bull flag continues, and we close on a higher high today in this bull flag. So I like that. That typically means you're just about ready for a breakout, hopefully to the 50 moving average. So Exxon. So Exxon here, we just pulled back. We're back to the 20. So if we can bounce off of that and run higher, I know there's some news as far as, around around Russia and Ukraine and the US, and there's some talk about oil prices, going up and so forth. So I think there's a little bit of reaction here, but it did hit the 20 and bounce off of it and closed higher. So I do like that. So just something to watch for. Apple trying to run back up here after finding support. So they're trying to gap up here. So we'll see if Apple can hold this level and move forward. Boeing. So it tried to run, bounce back down, hit the 20 and bounce back up. So we're right at the same level we were last week, a few days ago. So we're going to see if we can break up here and get back up to the top of this trend line, which you've seen we've hit multiple times. Facebook Facebook, we were looking to see if it was going to do a double bottom, and it went a little bit further. Didn't know for sure if it was going to come back. We're just watching this one. It came down a long way, so just looking for a recovery play on Facebook. RK running north, still under the 200, but I like this action here. So we'll see if we can keep the momentum going up. Need to get over $77 to really to start chasing this one. Looking at 10-year yield, back up to the highs. So we're bouncing up against the top of this ceiling here again, up against resistance. So if we break out, might see the market pull back a little bit here. So just watching it. US oil, you can see here, it pulled back into the channel again. So we'll see, do we pull back down further or do we just bounce off here and go back in? So just watching the price action to see what we're going to do. US dollar kind of consolidating right here. So pretty flat. The VIX was up higher and it pulled back down. So this is good. So we're, it closed under, this 25 mark is kind of our line in the sand, but we're still a little bit high. But if we pull back down here below this 20, I'll feel better about the market, continuing to play up to the north side. So you see here the SPY above the VWAP, but not below the 20 still, and just right in the middle of this candle here. So if we can chase up at least the top of this candle. 450 is kind of the line in the sand here. 444 was the weakness. We bounced above that, so that was interesting to watch and see. So we bounced above that, and now we're just trying to get up to, past these resistance levels. Triple Qs also up towards the top of this candle. So that's good. We want to break above that candle to start moving forward. So you see semiconductors right towards the top of their candle as well. So very consistent across the board as you're seeing. And they're all trying to rally up, and we like that. So we'll see if we continue to play that this week. But remember, it's options expiration week. So you have monthly, weekly, and options all expiring the same day. So Friday. So just, sometimes that creates a lot of volatility. So just be aware of that and be comfortable with, what size trades you're using. Dow Jones pulled up here. We're about halfway up this breakdown candle. So we're still under the 20, but we're climbing that candle. So we'll see if we climb to the top of it here. And there should be resistance up there, but hopefully we can get above it. IWM continues to kind of grind its way back up to at least the middle of this range here. Just be careful to trade if you're trading in the middle of the range. Try to always catch it off of support, or make sure it gets above resistance. XLF, so it pulled back up here. So just sitting above here and gapped up here. So we'll see if financials can help us to pull the market up. XLE, so energy sitting up there, still towards the highs. XLB, you see here, just kind of consolidating this little channel, still above the 50 though, so that's good. XLK, right here, trying to climb this candle, so looking to get it above this candle level. Bitcoin, look at this, a nice little rally we have here. So we had this wedge here, and we are above this wedge now, and sitting above the 200. So that is positive. So now we need to see if we can run back up here to this 445,850 level and break out. So that's good momentum here we have going right now. So glad we broke out of that. It's possible we can come down and retrace it before bouncing. So hopefully we can get above this 200 and keep the bounce and bounce over that and then move forward. So looking good on Bitcoin. GLA, so it's sitting here on support. Hopefully we can bounce off this 20 as well. And CRO, so you see here, it's just, consolidating right here, trying to get enough momentum to break out. So that's our trades of the day. And so look for continuation plays. Also, earnings for tomorrow at NVIDIA in the day. Careful trading it. It can swing either direction real quick. So so just be careful if you're going to try to trade that. Otherwise, watch the market, watch the open, watch the VIX. Make sure it's headed lower or towards 25 level or lower. And if it is, then we could have another positive day and add another positive day to this week. But trade safe out there, and we'll talk tomorrow night, see how your trades went for the day and what to look for next.